I was dreaming when I wrote this. Forgive me if it goes astray.
I know this one.
But when I woke up this morning, I thought, fucking hell, I've got to go spend all day in the studio recording reviews with Sean. For a YouTube show called Is It? That was quite Prince-esque.
I suddenly realised I could use a bit of vibrato.
Do you know that?
Doesn't all have to be about length.
You go through plugins in your head as you do it.
I do, literally.
Yeah.
It's like the Matrix inside my head, but with plug-in code.
I've got a 1999 fact, actually. He was so sure that was going to be a hit record, he doesn't sing the first two lines. The first line is sung by a backing singer. The second line is sung by the bass player. He doesn't sing a line in the song until the third line of the first verse.
I didn't know that.
There you go. And when you watch the video, he comes through the doors at the top, and it shows you the backing singer singing the first line, the bass player singing the second line.
Wow.
So there you go.
I know a funny story about Prince. I know two, actually. A guy that I worked with, another front of house sound engineer, was Prince's front of house guy for a little while. And apparently Prince used to walk out to front of house during the sound check and basically tell the sound engineer, don't touch it. Touch it, you're fired. So the front of house guy just stands there and looks at it. Prince does it in the sound check and leaves it
Leave it
there. And the other one was another guy I used to work with, bass player, got to meet him in a club in Minneapolis. He was going to be working with him. And when he got introduced to Prince, he was so nervous and panicked so much that when he walked up to him, he held out his hand and said, "My car's parked outside."
Well, yes. Lenny Henry described Prince as a penis in heels, didn't he? I mean, he's literally the most sexual being that's ever walked the planet.
Well, Lenny Henry would know.
Yeah. Anyway, good. Some good Prince stories there.
Yeah.
I'm sure we could rattle out plenty more. What are we looking at today, Dr. Vincent?
Today, Mr. Peters, we are looking at something new from Softube, and it's Softube Flow, which they are calling
Just realised Softtube's a bit of a...
You got a Softube?
Yeah, that's why I'm here, Doctor.
Unfortunately, yeah. I need like a lolly stick and some tape.
Thumb it in.
Such a bad phrase. Softube Flow Mastering Suite is what we're looking at today.
Right.
Bear with. So, this is something quite clever, I think, from Softube. So what they've done is they've taken their 16 different mastering plugins that they already make and put them into a interface which is called the Flow Mastering Suite. And a flow is basically a collection of any number of those plugins in a certain order, which creates what they call a mastering flow. In other words, like a mastering chain. And then, although you can scroll between the different processors and adjust them manually if you want, what it does for each flow is give you these controls along the top specific to that flow, and they're the ones they think you would need to adjust to make this work for your particular tune.
think, you mastering engineers make this sound a lot... 16 plugins for mastering. You need a brick wall limiter.
Yep.
And an EQ to add a load of bottom end, take out all the 500 and a load of sparkle. Simple as.
Do you know what? My first week doing mastering, I think I agreed with you. But since then, the torrent of shite you get sent and different kinds of mixes, you need a lot of different tools.
Right.
A lot. So I get this. I don't necessarily think that giving people that aren't mastering engineers a load of tools all in one plugin, I think there's a lot of scope for people getting it very, very wrong.
Yes.
But you could say that about anything. So in concept, I think it's quite cool. I do think it's quite cool. I played with it for quite a while, swiping through the different... I played with my Softube for quite a while. Trying these different flows out, it was interesting, and these controls were quite often absolutely right. They were the ones that did make the biggest differences and allowed you to fine tune it. So like, in this case, you got your tape compression, not tape compression, a mid shifter, in other words, shifting the point, a high shelf, multi-band compression more or less, and a limiter more or less. If you flip to another flow, you'd get a different set of controls. Like on this one here, low end compression, master compression, sweet EQ.
Do they
comes with all these scopes as well, which are good. Scopes are good, the meters are good.
Do them knobs move on the actual plugins when you're using the shortcut?
Yes. Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
it'd be quite a good learning tool in that case.
It could be quite a good learning tool, yeah. There's a few caveats that come with this. Shall we talk about the good things first?
Yes,
'Cause
why not?
the plugins you get as part of it. Now, it's good to mention that you don't own this. So I'll come to that later. But the plugins you instantly get to use are the Softube Bus Compressor, the Chandler Curve Bender, the Chandler Germanium, the Chandler Xena Limiter, the Clipper, the Opto Compressor, their tape plugin, the TubeTech Equalizer Mark II, the TubeTech SMC 2B, the Vice Compressor Limiter, the Vice De-esser, the Vice DS1 Mark III, the Vice EQ1, the Vice EQ MP, the Vice MM1, and the Softube Widener. So you get all of those. You're right? Still with us?
Yeah. Go on.
So you get all of those plugins come with, and then they're the different bits that put together a flow. So that's pretty cool. And you don't have to use them within this interface. They are available in your plugin folder just to use them whatever you want. But like I said, you don't buy it.
Now I was going to say, now you're going to say it's just 20 quid.
I would love to say it's just 20 quid. It is actually cheaper than 20 quid, Dan.
However,
it's $14.99 per month. So this is a subscribe to own thing. And the cynical bit in me is sort of saying they've sneakily set up a subscription service without sort of mentioning it.
So how many? So you say subscribe to own, $14.99 a month for how many months?
Well, this is it for the rest of your life, pretty much, because for every month that you subscribe, you get 30 credits. They've got this credit system going on, and most of these plugins are 300 credits.
Right.
So it's going to take you 10 months to own one
of them.
And there's 16.
This is a bit like when you go to festivals and you have to buy tokens. You go, oh, there's a bar there. Let's go and get a beer. How much is the beer? Well, the beer is only £7 a pint.
Yeah.
But you've got to go and buy 40 quid's worth of tokens to be able to queue up to buy a warm plastic glass of lager. Yeah. Yeah, this warm plastic glass of lager is a good analogy. So what I mean, it's a good analogy because there's still lager. It's still lager. You're still getting use of all these plugins, which will probably, if you haven't bought any third-party plugins yet, this will set you up. But you've got to go and queue up to buy tokens, and the lager's going to be warm. Yeah, you've got to do it. You've got to keep buying it, or suddenly they disappear. So there's that. There's 13 different flow presets, which is pretty good. What you can't do is use any of your other plugins within this. It only works with the ones from Softube. Well, that makes sense. Which kind of makes sense. But the bit that really bugged me about it is that there's no demo. Obviously, because it means downloading all their plugins as well as the flow interface. So you have to sign up. You have to sign up and then just cancel, which means you've paid for a month. Which is, bollocks. It is bollocks. I did do it because I had to try it, but yeah, obviously I've cancelled. But either way, having to sign up for all that bullshit just to get a demo of something. I understand this is slightly different, but I also think the whole concept is a bit of a sneaky way to get people to sign up to a subscription. It's a sort of it's getting people to use plugins that they recognise in an easy, fast kind of way. Do you know what I think its one big flaw is that I think you're really only going to be tempted by this if you're doing a lot of in-the-box mastering. And if you are doing a lot of in-the-box mastering, if you just want to use one other plugin that isn't part of this flow, it either has to go before it or after it. So that's game over for me. I couldn't use this in the middle of a mastering chain, I don't think. No. It certainly wouldn't make any sense for me. Yep. So, Sean, is it shit? It's a really difficult... The concept, no, isn't shit. The plugins, no, aren't shit. But put it all together, I think it's a bit of a sneaky backdoor to setting up a subscription service. Just do a subscription service and give this away. This flow bit. Okay, so and then you just have the plugins that you want rather than... I think so, but I guess, they're sort of saying you have to pay this amount and have all of them. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but no, it's not for me. I think it's a little bit shit. Okay, well, even if you don't think it's shit, please like the video anyway. That would be great if you did that, and if you could subscribe to the channel and maybe even become a member. If you become a member, there's various things like getting to see the videos early, and you get one free master a month from my mastering business if you get the higher level of membership, and that's worth 50 quid, so that's worth doing. Excellent stuff. There's also an Instagram and a merch shop, and all the links are down below the video, so if you go and check there, that would be fantastic. Sayonara, suckers. Adios.